Wyan's sister is married to Jungkook's elder brother Seokjin, but Wyan missed their wedding because of the university exams in US. Though she was connected through phone calls his whole time, and when she got time, she returned to her country to greet the couple and meet her newborn nephew, who was born after a year of their marriage. At that time, Jungkook was out for a business trip, and she to return to US after spending some days at her home. So they both really never meet in person. It may be a little confusing to you understand their relationship. So let me introduce our main characters to you. Kim Wine, a 23-year-old girl who just returned from US after completing her graduation. There are four members in her family: her mom, dad, an elder sister who is married and a younger sister. Jeon Jungkook, a 25-year-old most eligible bachelor of Korea who owns Asia's number one automobile company. Currently he is engaged and soon he is going to walk on the aisle. He lives with her mom, dad, a worldwide handsome doctor, as his elder brother, Jin, who is married to Wine's sister and a nephew. Present day, Wine was busy with her younger sister, Yoonji, elder sister Minji, and 1-year-old nephew, Jinmin. And Jungkook was on the stage waiting for her soon-to-be wife. But today, destiny has some plans for both of them, something that will be changing their life forever. Mr. John, what? And you are informing me now that your daughter eloped with her boyfriend? Shouts Mrs. Choi. I'm sorry, my friend. I shouldn't have forced my daughter against her will to marry your son. It's all my fault. Weeps Mr. John. Now, what will I say to my guest? Do you even know how many high class people like businessmen and politicians are there? He continues, everybody is waiting for the face reveal of the bride of my Jungkook. What I am supposed to tell them? Mr. Sol, I'm sorry, I just want to give a good life to my daughter. I had no idea he would take such a step. Mr. John, and what about my son? Does he deserve all this? What about his respect? He's not an ordinary boy who can easily move on from his betrayal. Mr. John, he is the Jeon Jungkook. Media and his business rivals will taunt and tease him until the end that how his bride eloped with someone else on his big day. Will it be good for his image? Mr. Choi looks down with teary eyes. Meanwhile, Minji, Jin, Mrs. John, Mr. Kim, Mrs. Kim. What? Everyone is stunned. Mr. John. Yes, sigh. I don't know what to do now, how to handle this. What excuse should I give to our guest now? Hold his head in his palm. Minji thinks for a while. Minji, I have an idea. Mrs. John eyes sparkled. Mr. John, what is it, daughter? Minji looks toward her father. Minji, if we, Mr. Kim, just say it, Minji. Minji holds the hand of her father. Minji, will you give your daughter to my brother-in-law? Everybody gasps, and Mr. and Mrs. John face lighten up with new hope. Mr. John, yes, Mr. Kim, we would be very happy, in fact lucky to have another daughter from yours as our daughter-in-law. Grins with happiness. Mrs. John, yes, absolutely, Yuan is just like our Minji. Mr. John, rest decision is all yours. We won't force you. You can take your best decision as a father, not as our in-law. Mrs. Kim, even I have no problem. Jungkook is a well-settled, responsible boy. He would surely take good care of our wine. Mr. Kim, but Mrs. Kim, honey, we are looking for a suitable groom for her anyways to marry her off in few months. So why not marry her now when we have already found one? Mr. Kim, I agree with you, but we need to talk to Wine about this. My daughter's approval is most important to me. Minji, don't worry, Dad. I will talk to Wine. Mr. John, come Seokjin, we need to talk to Jungkook about this. Wine, how can I marry him? He's is a stranger to me only. Minji, mom dad were searching for a groom for you. So anyways, you are going to marry a stranger in few months. So why not now? When the groom's family is known to you and even your sister is a part of it. Mrs. Kim, yes daughter, we will be more than happy if you both our daughters are married of the same family. You won't face any problem there. Minji will always be with you, dear. On the other hand, Jungkook felt betrayed because of his fiancée. Jungkook, I respect your decisions, Dad. I will marry Wine. Mr. John breathes out. Seokjin parts his shoulders. Seokjin, don't worry, you don't regret your decision, that's my promise, because Wine is another version of Minji. She will make you feel like the luckiest man in this world. Trust me, wink. Wine and Jungkook agreed for the marriage simultaneously. Mrs. John gives a ring to Wine so that she looks like engaged. Soon a beautiful wedding dress is arranged for Wine by Mrs. John. Wine walked down on the aisle with her father. Once they reached near stage, Jungkook extended his hand toward Wine. Mr. Kim placed one hand in Jungkook's hand. He looked toward Seokjin, who flashed a smile towards him to comfort him, which warmed Jungkook's heart and he gained some confidence. Vows are taken and they are declared married by the priest. Mr. and Mrs. John was ready to be the headlines of tomorrow's newspaper. Guests left after dinner, followed by media. Mr. Kim held the hand of Jungkook. Mr. Kim, please take care of my princess and forgive her if something wrong happens by her, because she was not all mentally prepared for this marriage. Also, my child takes time to get comfortable with any stranger, so she may take time to get used to you or your house. Eyes glistens. Jungkook, of course, uncle. I mean, dad. She is my wife now. Sure, she will be my responsibility from now on. So don't worry about her. I will try to make her feel comfortable in my house and around me. Smile. This warms Wine's heart a bit, and she looks toward Jungkook's in awe. Mr. Kim, oh Jungkook, I'm feeling very lucky to have you as my son-in-law. He asks Jungkook. Seokjin, yeah, that means you don't feel lucky having me as your son-in-law? Pouts angrily. Mr. Kim chuckles and hugs Seokjin too. Mr. Kim, of course, son. You have always made me feel lucky too. Everybody chuckles, including Wine. Yoonji, yeah, Jungkook, please forgive my Unni. Even if she burns your test buds through her destroyer's cooking skills or sleep late till afternoon, or Wine, Mom, Yoonji, or she, ouch. Mrs. Kim pinches the arm of Yoonji. Mrs. Kim fake smile. Please don't pay attention to what this brat's saying. She is just too much for her boss. Mrs. Kim and One glares at Yoonji, who is rubbing her arm. Jungkook, it's okay, Mom. I will be okay even if she bad at cooking skills or has an habit of to sleep till late. Nobody is perfect. There are flaws in each one of us. Wine glares at Jungkook in admiration. Seokjin breaks the thoughts of Wine. Seokjin, yeah, Jungkook. Just like you have problem of snoring loudly sometimes, or love to be a crybaby, or a crackhead sometimes, or Jungkook. Nuna, stop him, whines. Minji, Jin, stop it, or you will get punished for it, whispers in the last line. Seokjin gulps and smiles nervously. Wine chuckles at this behavior of her new family members. Mrs. John, welcome to John family. Wine, you are going to witness such dramas every day here. Shakes her head. Time skips to Jeon mansion. Mrs. John, Minji, show Yeon and hide Jungkook's shared bedroom. Seokjin, Mom, me and Minji are already very tired. Ask Jungkook to do it, right Jungkook? Wiggles his eyebrows teasingly. Mrs. John, yeah Jungkook, take her to your room. Jungkook nods. Wine follows Jungkook to their shared room on staircase. Jungkook's turned back to tell him something just then. Out of the leg of Wine gets tangled up with her heavy gown and she loses her footing. Her legs woodled on the stairs and she was about to fall, but Jungkook was quick quick enough to pull her by her arm and towards him, crashing her on his chest, almost hugging her. Their heartbeats increased at the sudden contact. Wine looked towards him, making their eyes meet for some seconds. Just then, Sokjin, yeah, you kids, you have got your room to romance. There is a kid in our house. What if Jinmin sees you both like this? They immediately part and Jungkook rolled his eyes towards Sokjin. Jungkook, we are not doing any romance at first. She was about to trip from stairs and I just shaved her. Come wine, let's go. Sokjin, of course, teasing smile. Jungkook showed her his room and gave us some basic information about his room and house. Jungkook, freshen up and now you can occupy the bed and sleep comfortably, whereas I will sleep on the couch. Wine, couch? Wouldn't it be uncomfortable? I'll sleep on the couch, you sleep on the bed. It's your room. Jungkook, it was my room till now, but from now, it's your room too. I'm in the habit of sleeping on the bed and couch, so you don't bother me. Wine, are you sure? Jungkook not smiling. Jungkook, wine? She hummed. Jungkook, thank you for accepting this marriage proposal. I know it must have been very difficult for you to take this decision, as marriage is a very important event in someone's life. You must have so many dreams regarding to your dream wedding, but today that all were scattered. In fact, you did not even wedding gown of your choice. Even this ring in your hand is not given by me. His eyes glistens. Fine. It's okay, Jungkook. I don't mind it. I got such a good family and got the chance to live with my only, even after marriage. A very few girls get this chance. Are not I lucky, huh? Smiles. Jungkook nods. Fine. So if someone has actually suffered today, it's you. You lost your bride and your reputation was on stake. She continues. Fine. Even you may have imagined your future with that girl, but she left and was replaced by a girl who is a stranger to you. You have faced so much today. Jungkook nods, smiling weakly. Jungkook, I always used to feel that something was odd with her since starting. She was never interested in having conversation with me. I thought she was a bit silly, shy person, but I had no idea about this. I will never forgive her for this betrayal. Jungkook, she should have told me that she was being forced into this marriage. I would have tried to find a way out of this for her, but she huffs. Leave it. Jungkook closes his eyes and breathes out. He looks towards wine. Jungkook, but on the other side, I will always be thankful to you, wine, and I promise that you won't regret your decision to marry me. They smile towards each other and wine leaves for washroom. Next day, Wine was all ready to taking a shower. She was dyeing her hair when she sees Jungkook that he was in search of something. She asked him about it. Jungkook, Wine, I kept my wallet somewhere. Have you seen it? Then Wine remembered that she saw it at nightstand last time. She immediately walks toward it. Wine, it's here. Smile. Wine turns back, but because of her slippers were too slippery, she slips. Jungkook was behind her, so he holds her, but he loses balance too, and they both fall on bed. First Jungkook, then followed by Wine above him. Wine looks up only to meet his eyes. Their eyes widens, and heartbeats increases in their closeness. Wine, I'm sorry, it's because of those slippers, Jungkook. It's okay, but just then, Minji, Aish, my holy eyes. Guys, at least close the door of your room. She leaves immediately. They both gasp and Yuan immediately stand up, followed by Jungkook, but an awkward silence prevails in between them. Jungkook, I should go now, she hummed. As Jungkook leaves, Wine joins in Minji in kitchen. She starts walking beside Minji without having a word in her. Minji clears her throat, gaining Wine's attention. She gives her a teasing smile. Wine, Bunny, Wines, it's not like what you're thinking. Minji, did I say something that you are giving me the explanations? I mean, you both are husband and wife now, and whatever you do behind the doors is none of my business. Everyone everyone was having dinner with while Jungkook and Wine are avoiding eye contact with each other. At nights they were preparing for sleep when someone knocks their door. Jungkook opens the door and finds Jinmin and Minji. Jungkook, what happened, Nuna? Minji, Jinmin wants to sleep in your room today. Though I have scrolled him to not to disturb you both, but he is not listening to me. Jungkook, it's okay, Nuna, let him sleep with us. Fine, come here, Jinmin. She opens her arms and Jinmin, without wasting even a second, quickly runs toward her while giggling. Jungkook, yeah, Jinmin, where's my hug? Jinmin hugs Jungkook too, but Jungkook starts tickling him, making him laugh uncontrollably. Wine beams after seeing this beautiful relationship of uncle and his nephew. Wine's puffed. So he will be a good dad in future. She blushes. Wait, dad? Wine, stop it. Jinmin sleeps between uncle and auntie. Wine places him beside her and tucks him into it. Jungkook leaves her couch. Jinmin, uncle? Jinmin, he beds beside him. Here. Jungkook, no baby, uncle sleeps on the couch. Jinmin, no. He shouts, uncle here. Whines. Wine. It's okay, Jungkook, sleep with us on bed. He hesitates but nods. Later that night, Jungkook finishes his work on laptop. He kept it aside and prepares for sleep, but his eyes stop at sleeping figure of Wine and Jinmin. He smiles, giving a peck on Jinmin's forehead. He admires Wine's folly while and finds her beautiful with an angelic face. He tucks a strand of hair behind her ear, which giving a more clear view of her face. He felt like peeking her cheeks, but control his urge. He covers Wine and Jinmin more with to wait and fall asleep himself. The next day at breakfast, Jungkook was enjoying the pancakes cooked by Wine. Just then, rest of the members joined him on dining table. Seokjin, yummy pancakes. He licks his lips. Mrs. Jo, who cooked them? Jungkook, Wine. Mr. John, give me one too. Jungkook, no, Dad. These are for me. If you want, ask Nuna to cook for you. Mrs. John, but Wine have cooked something for the first time. At least let us taste. Jungkook, I say no. These are for me only. I'll have them. Seokjin suspects something being fishy there. He calls Wine and asks her if they can have some too, which Wine nods instantly, but Jungkook, being stubborn, refuses. In fact, he removes the plate from the table and places it on his lap. Meanwhile, Wine was called by Minji in the kitchen while he was arguing with everyone. Jinmin, you! He throws the pancake, gaining everyone's attention. Jungkook gulps and places the plate back on the table with an embarrassing smile. Everyone grabs a pancake with a straight face while Jungkook was looking down with an embarrassed pout. They take a bite and then place it back on the plate with a straight face. An awkward silence prevails on the table when everyone was avoiding each other's stare. Time skips. Wine. Jungkook, can we go for a picnic? Jungkook, picnic? Suddenly? Wine. If you are busy then it's okay, we can. Jungkook, no, it's not like that. I was just asking, why so suddenly? Wine. Actually, next week mom and dad are going to hometown for a few days. So I just thought, why don't we go on a picnic with Jinmin next week? Jungkook, with Jinmin? Wine. Yes, actually today Onion and Seokjin mother was talking about how they are getting less time to spend with each other these days. Jungkook nods, chuckling. Jungkook, we will surely go on a picnic with Jinmin next week then. Wink. They give a high five to each other. Next week, Jungkook, come on Jinmin, we're already getting late. Younger one comes running towards his uncle and Jungkook takes him in his arms. Minji, mom dad has gone to hometown and even you two are leaving now. Our house will get so empty today. Pouch sadly. Wine. Don't worry, Seokjin mother will be there. Wink. Minji blushes a little. Seokjin. Yeah, don't worry, Wine. I'll take care of your sister. Winks. Minji pinches him. Jungkook left for amusement park along with Jinmin. Minji closes the main door and turns back, but Seokjin immediately pulls her off for a kiss without saying any minute. Seokjin picks her up in a bridal style and walks toward their room without breaking the kiss. Minji, yeah, at least let me breathe, Seokjin. Seokjin chuckles and picks her nose. Seokjin, sorry baby, but I can't control anymore, especially after getting this chance after a long. At amusement park, Jungkook. So on which side we should go now? Jinmin, that one. He points towards the Ferris wheel. Jungkook gulps. Jungkook, no, we should try another one. Jinmin, whines. No, uncle. Jinmin, that right. Jungkook, but baby. Jinmin, no, start crying. Whine. If he really wants to go there, then let him go, Jungkook. Smile. Jungkook gulps and nods nervously. He takes the ticket and they three wait for their turn. Jungkook was tapping his legs in anxiety. Everybody gets seated. Jungkook sits beside Wine and Jinmin was seated on Wine's lap. As it starts to move, Jungkook's face falls nervous. He starts to sweat as the height increased. Wine and Jinmin were busy too, enjoying the beautiful views. She turns to her Jungkook, but her smile fades after seeing his condition. Wine. Jungkook frowns. What happened? Jungkook breathes heavily. Actually, I have fear of heights. Wine immediately hugs him from side. Jungkook shakes his hand around her waist and snuggle into her neck. He starts kissing his back to calm him down. Wine, you should have told me about. Jungkook, I thought I shouldn't ruin your and Jimin's trip. Wine, oh God, it's not like that we're dying for the ride. We should have gone for another one. As they were about to reach on the top, Jungkook snuggles more into her neck because of fear. His hot breath, which were fanning Wine's neck, were giving him goosebumps. Jungkook tightened his grip around her waist. Wine too hugged him more with one hand of her. They stay like that for the whole ride. Wine's heart was beating so crazily to be that close to him. She carries his back for the whole ride, whispering comforting words to him. As the ride stops, Jungkook pulls back with a sigh of a relief, but his eyes widens after he realizes how close he was to her. Jinmin drags Wine outside along with him. As they come out, Wine turns toward Jungkook. Wine, are you okay now? Concerned. She smiles and brings some water for him. Jinmin, ice cream, ice cream. Wine, where? Shouts. Wine too gets excited along with Jinmin. Jungkook chuckles at both of their reactions. This is how their whole day passed with full of happiness and excitement. Time skips to next morning. Vines opens her eyes slowly in the morning only to find her in embrace of Jungkook. She gets a mini heart attack after realizing that even she was hugging Jungkook and Jinmin was not there in between them. She looks up and meets the sleeping face of Jungkook, which was only few inches apart from hers. She pulls her hand back from him. She slowly removes Jungkook's hand from her waist, but Jungkook tightens his grips and pulling her more close him in his sleep. Wine smiles and decides to stay in his warm embrace for some more time and stays like that with him. Though her heartbeats were not letting her to be in that peace and her cheeks have turned all red. After some time, Jungkook turns around in his sleep and Wine gets a chance to escape. At dinner table, Jungkook, what? Wine and Jungkook joked on their food. Seokjin, yes, we have booked your honeymoon tickets for Switzerland and you both are leaving after 3 days. That's final. Jungkook, but Mrs. John, yes. Jungkook, why not? Mrs. John, we want to be grandparents again and even Jinmin will get a company. Right, Minji? Wine and Jungkook jokes again. Minji, of course, mom. You both are going on and that's final. Minji whispers in Wine's ears. Minji, let's go for shopping tomorrow to buy some laundry and Wine coughs to stop her and gets all red.
Uh-oh.